Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Lexi and today we are doing another pick a card. Today's pick a card is messages from Mother Gaia. So this is kind of like a two-part. I will be doing another video in regards to Mother Gaia this week. It's not going to be a pick a card. Do you see her speaking through the birds? Did you hear them birds then? The minute I tapped into her energy to start this reading, all the birds started chirping. So that was anytime the birds chirp in this reading, that is basically a sign of her coming through. So pay attention to that. But what was I saying? Oh yeah, okay. I will be having a two-parter of this video. It's not going to be a pick a card, but I will just be channeling Mother Gaia and any messages she has for the collective. Before I get in, I do want to say thank you guys for the well wishes. I was sick last week, so thank you guys for looking out for me and sending me love. I really appreciate it. Like I've been saying the past couple of weeks, guys, I am taking it slow on the channel at the moment, just so I can move at like a slower pace to like fill up my cup, if that makes sense. I've been dealing with some like burnout like the past month, and yeah, I've just been pouring back into myself, so that's where I've been, in case some of you guys have been wondering. I know I've seen a few comments, so I just wanted to put everyone's mind at ease. But yeah, let's get straight into the video. So I have 3 piles for you guys to choose from. I was told to use like either elements or anything that connects to Mother Earth, Mother Gaia for this video. So for pile number 1, we have the Desert Sand Rose. For pile 1. For pile number 2, we have the Shell. And for pile number 3, we have the Yellow Phantom Quartz. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I don't normally do this, but I was really drawn to do it today. I'm going to use one of my singing bowls to help you guys choose a pile, just in case some of you guys don't feel grounded, or you would just like a little bit of direction to pick the pile. I don't normally do it, but I'm going to be using my root chakra singing bowl. It connects us to the energies of Mother Earth, so I'm going to play that now for you guys just to get in the zone and pick a pile. So I'm going to do that for you guys now, and then once you are drawn to each pile, the timestamps are going to be in the description box, and I will see you guys at your timestamp. Hey pile 1, welcome to your reading. So today we are taking a look at what messages Mother Gaia has for you. So you guys chose the Desert Sand Rose. I'm going to pop that over here and we are going to get straight in. I'm going to start with tarot and then we will move in with the oracle cards, okay? So pile number 1, please, spirit guides. Pile number 1, please, Mother Gaia. Any messages or guidance from Mother Gaia to pile number 1, please? I keep hearing play. Like, I'm almost hearing, like, children in a park, and I'm hearing play. Play. I keep hearing that. There's this message coming through of, it's been very black and white for you recently. Like, Mother Gaia comes through, she's like, it's been black and white for you recently, hasn't it? Like, she's almost asking questions. Like, it's been quite, all work, no play, it feels, pile 1. And when we say work, it's not always a case of work in the sense of, oh, I've just had my head down with work, I've been working 9 to 5s, and work doesn't have to be like that. Work is giving to people a lot and looking out for people a lot, but then not giving the same energy back to self because you've been focused on others, you know? Work is like doing inner work, you know, shadow work a lot, and focusing on that. And there's this energy from Mother Gaia, like, it's time to play. It's time to play. You know what I mean? Like, Gaia is your playground. See Mother Gaia is your playground and play. You know, tap into that inner child and see life like that. You know, when we see children and they go out into like a forest or something, and to some people it's just trees, but to children it's like Narnia. It's like Bridge to Terabithia. It's like it's so much. There's so much magic, and Mother Gaia is calling you to tap into that and play. Yeah, there's something you've been really putting your focus into, and she's saying there was no wrong in putting your focus into that. Like, you did what was needed at the time, but now it's time to almost like put the brakes on, because we want to have balance. She's showing me the Justice card in tarot in my mind, like, it's time for balance. It's time to receive now, and it's time to have fun and be lighthearted and dance around your room, and you know what I mean, just have fun and see life like that. That's her first initial message to you. So I'm gonna pull some cards. I'm only gonna pull 3 because I want to pull more oracle cards for this reading. So pile, actually she's telling me to only pull 2 because she's showing me like a Libra scale, and she's saying 1, 2, only pull 2. So I'm just gonna pull 2. Messages from Mother Gaia, please. Spirit from pile number 1, messages from Mother Gaia. She's playing, look at that, we have Queen of Pentacles. It's time to nurture you now. I feel like you've almost been, I feel like you've already been nurturing yourself, but it was in almost like a masculine way. So maybe you've been working out a lot, or maybe you were like, you know what, we deserve abundance, let's get to work, or let's, you know what I mean, like I just feel like that you have been looking after yourself. But she's almost referencing that there are layers. When we start our self-love journey, or we start to do for self, there's so many layers to it. Sometimes we fall back, and when we're learning to love ourselves, when we are learning to really give to ourselves, it starts off as just like, oh, a self-care routine and maybe working out and saying no to people, but then it unravels and it continues to unravel, and there's so many versions of yourself that you meet along that way that you're maybe forgiving or healing from or understanding from a deeper level, whether it was, you know, a childhood version of you that felt neglected, or that 18-year-old self that was in a relationship that, you know, was hurt. Any situation like that, I feel like, you know, you always have to not just learn to love you in that moment, but you have to learn to love every single version and forgive every single version. There's so many layers, and she's almost referencing that, and she's saying it's not, you know, A to B, it's this journey of unraveling, and she's saying, but don't forget, she's almost saying that she's calling you to like withdraw your energy and pour it into you right now. But she's saying that you may look at that like a pit stop, like you're falling back, like you're resting, like you're putting the pen down and stopping working. But she's saying actually it's not really a pit stop, it's a necessary pathway to come back to yourself and feel full again and see that vibrance again. That's what she's referencing. She's saying it's not a pit stop, or it's not you resting, it's you coming back home, it's you coming back to she's saying it's you looking up at the sky and like seeing all of the beautiful colors in the sky and seeing all the colors of the forest. If you were rushing forward, you wouldn't see that, you know what I mean? She's almost showing me like Snow White, you know, when she rushes through the forest and there's all those scary branches, and she's like, we want to put that down and we just want to like embrace everything around us and be in the now. That's not resting, that's not sleeping, that's not falling back. She's saying that is a vital pathway, and you coming back to yourself and finding parts of yourself again, you know what I mean, finding parts of yourself that you love and falling in love with the present moment, you know what I mean, and feeling inspired. There's this energy to look around you, whether it's just looking in your room at things in your room. Maybe some of you guys have like crystals or plants in your room, because she's showing me lots of plants in her room, or she's saying to go outside, get in nature. She's showing me the ocean and just seeing the wonder of nature and the wonder of life, you know what I mean? Like life is limitless, you can do so many things, and she wants you to have that mindset, and you do that by tapping into that inner child. So she's saying by you pushing back a little bit or pouring into yourself maybe, and she's saying in like very relaxing ways. It's not like, oh, let me push myself and work out, or let me push myself and do this. It's just like she almost is asking you to be like she's showing me Pocahontas just around the riverbend. She wants you to float like a river where you feel is right. If you want to lay in bed, lay in bed. If you want to run yourself a nice bath, run yourself a nice bath. You know what I mean? If you want to go into a forest, take your shoes and socks off and just ground. She's telling you to do that. She's saying to just do what your heart's telling you to do. Do not push yourself right now, because it's time to really she said you're giving all the time and you push yourself a lot, and she's saying it's time to open that heart and allow spirit to kind of pour back into you, and let Mother Gaia herself pour back into you, you know what I mean? Let life itself pour back into you, because she's saying you give so much without even thinking about it. It's just like a default setting. You just give so much. And she's saying it's beautiful, but she wants you to know that you are worthy of receiving too. And what you give out, she wants you to now receive. And she's saying you're heading towards a time where you are about to receive that. She's saying you already are at that point where you're starting to receive it. But she really wants you to like kind of not fall back, but she's saying kind of like, she's showing me somebody kind of like leaning back with their arms out, like, you know, their arms spread out, and then the heart just being open, and there's just this golden light kind of pouring in. And you do that by just self-love, nurturing, you know what I mean? Even if you can get to a park, like, because I keep being shown somebody on a swing in a park, so I don't know whether some of you guys live by a park. Sometimes you like go to a swing. Do that. Me and my friend Nye, hello Nye if you're watching, we used to do that all the time. We didn't care how old we were. To be honest with you, I might even call her up and do it soon. We'd go to a park and we'd just swing on the swings. We used to do that all the time. Pile number one. Messages from Mother Gaia for pile number 1, please, Spirit. Messages from Mother Gaia. Okay, 3 of Cups. Okay, there's 2 messages coming through with the 3 of Cups, I do want to say. The first message being, have you guys been very isolated? I know we've been in like lockdown and stuff like that, but even in regards to like being online or something like that, like, have you guys been working very hard and maybe withdrawn from friends and things like that? Because there's a message here to open up to your friendship group and spend time with your friends, or spend time with people that love you and pour into you, whether that's a sibling, because they're taking me to a sibling, they're taking me to like a brother, well, obviously it would be a brother or a sister, but they're taking me there to spend time with someone that has a lot of love for you, but they're also saying friends that have a lot of love for you and pour into you, you know what I mean? Allow that space for them to pour into you too. For those of you that have no choice but to kind of be a bit of a lone wolf, maybe you've had to step away from, you know, negative connections and you don't have a lot of people around you, that's only going to be for half of you, because there was kind of like a split answer there with the 3 of Cups. The message for you guys that don't really have many people, not by choice, Mother Gaia is saying that the more you pour into yourself and you open up your heart that way, you are going to be drawing connections into you. Because the thing is, I'm really being made to feel like you've done a lot of work, Pal 1. I'm really being made to feel like you have done a lot of work. And I'm being told that because you've done that, and I feel like you've been transforming, I feel like you've been resting, you've been releasing, you know, all of that. I feel like you've been doing the shadow work. I feel like now's the period of rest and rejuvenation. You've been going through this transformation and it's been quite heavy, I'm being told, which is why I feel like maybe you've been seeing life kind of like black and white. And I'm being told that because you've gone through that transformation, the more you open up your heart, now you have transformed to this level where you are vibrating out of love. Not that you weren't vibrating out of love before, but we have to kind of release certain wounds or thought processes that we had in the past that our ego was holding on to. Like, I've got to give, and you don't think of receiving or things like that. And then you draw in connections where people are just taking. Whereas I feel like the more you're opening up now to receiving and opening your heart up, I feel like you're drawing in people that are very balanced as well as you, have done the inner work just like you, and that are going to have this equal kind of love and share for you, whether that's a friendship or a relationship. Spirit's saying like it's all of it, you know what I mean? Mother Gaia almost is like, she's making me feel like it's a fiesta, you know what I mean? Like, there's a lot of people stepping towards you in this next phase of your life. Pile number 1, and the pumpkins here, they always remind me of like prosperity, because right before I started my YouTube channel, I was seeing pumpkins in my dreams a lot. So I always like, you know, think of pumpkins like prosperity. So I do see a lot of that coming in, and that's why Mother Gaia is telling you to like tap into the beautiful abundance of Gaia and seeing life like a child, because when you see life like a child, it's limitless. You don't really have a real idea of what's going to come in. You just allow things to unfold the way that they need to. You know, children, they don't think this has got to go this way or this has got to go that way, because they haven't had society's kind of like stamp on them yet. You know what I mean? To to kind of blur the lines of what's coming in. And that's why Mother Gaia is calling you to connect to your inner child and see life very abundant, so that these pathways and these people and, you know, the abundance is just coming in, the healing energy, it's just coming in, you know what I mean? She wants you to stay very optimistic, even though I feel like you haven't been doing it yet, but to get there, she's saying self-care, look after yourself, flow like the river, you're coming home, she's saying, you know, you're coming home. I'm going to pull some more oracle cards. Pile number 1. Pile number 1, please, spirit guides. What is Mother Gaia's message for pile number 1? What is Mother Gaia's message for pile number 1? Okay. We have discovery of new pathways and opportunities, which is literally what I was just saying. Like, I was literally just saying, I love the birds here. I don't know whether you guys like go to the beach in the morning. I like to go down to the beach early in the morning, and a flock of birds always fly over me. I literally love it. I don't know why I said that, but there we go. Actually, the reason I'm being taken there is that's representing, I feel like you guys' soul tribe or souls come in. I feel like some of you guys have really had a hard time finding your tribe, pile 1. I feel like you've had a hard time finding your tribe, and I feel like this is a message from Mother Gaia that they're coming, you know, that they're on their way. Yeah, that's what I'm being taken to. Discovery of new pathways and opportunities. I'm hearing, of course, I'm hearing the Ariana Grande song, Just Like Magic. You know when she says, she says something about clicking her fingers. I don't know, something like that. I just shared that part, but I just feel like the more you're giving to yourself and the more you're being in that energy of receiving, it's just like all these pathways are just opening up around you, kind of like the labyrinth. And I just see like people coming towards you and new opportunities coming towards you, especially in regards to career, actually. I don't know whether some of you guys have been thinking of changing your career, but that popped up. The back of the deck is where we have sunset. Oh, wow, okay. We have sunset. The end of a cycle is approaching closure and completion. You guys have done so much inner work, or you've worked on something so much that you really have been transitioning into another phase. And as you are transitioning into that phase, you are being called to look after yourself and come back home to that inner child. And being shown painting, if that's something that, because sometimes when we think of meditation, we just think sitting there, with our eyes closed, connecting to spirit, but meditation can come in many forms. And I'm almost hearing some of you guys find meditation and find grounding in painting or drawing. So that's something that just came through for some of you guys. Others of you guys find it in music. I wrote on Twitter, like literally this morning, that a form of meditation for me in the morning is just laying there and listening to the birds tweet in the trees, because it's just so pure and it just grounds me. And it just gives me this sense of gratitude. So anything that makes you feel connected to Mother Gaia, or anything that makes you feel connected to your own heart, because that's what your inner child is, your heart. You know what I mean? Anything that connects you to that, do that. You know what I mean? Because right now the sun's going down. It's setting on one period of your life, but it's going to come up again in a completely new phase, which is when these new pathways come in. That's what's happening for you, you know? That's what's happening for you. It's almost like layers are being removed, you know what I mean, that no longer served you anymore. Because I feel like you've had to endure a lot, pile number 1, but Mother Gaia's message is that that's over, you know what I mean? That's over. And it's not just a case of, oh, you know, it's over, nothing bad's gonna happen again. It's not that. It's just this energy of, you've worked on yourself so much that I just feel like, not just from Mother Gaia, but your spirit guides as well, it's like you deserve love, you deserve peace, you deserve inner peace. And I really do feel that it's yours. And that's the next pathway. It's time for abundance. You know what I mean? I just keep hearing that, like it's time for abundance, but right now keep pouring into you. And it doesn't have to be lie down, chill out. It's like go dance in a forest, like whatever literally lights your heart up or connects you to your inner child, like that. Even if it's watching movies you watched as a child, anything like that. Pile number 1, we have attraction, pansy. And you know what I heard with attraction? I don't know if, probably a lot of you guys have watched it. You know the documentary on Netflix, The Secret? And then right at the beginning, there's a guy and he's like, the secret is the law of attraction. Like, that's literally what I heard when that popped out. So what I'm actually being told here with attraction The first thing I do want to say with the Libra energy, anything that makes you feel good right now, makes you feel good about yourself, there is a message to do that, whether that's like skincare or, you know, styling your clothes, like having a new style. You may find that your own style has changed. You may have had a different style before and it's changing. But there's something about that, or even like makeup, anything that makes you feel good. You know what I mean? Anything that makes you feel good about yourself, do that. I just got shown Selena Quintanilla, in her purple outfit dancing. So I don't know whether you guys like her, or maybe like to dress like her or something like that, or maybe you like dance to her music. You know, she spins around, that dance she does. I literally love Selena so much, but they just show me that. So yeah, I'm really being taken to her. If that's something that makes you feel good, like dancing like Selena or listening to her music, whatever the case, anything that makes you feel attractive or beautiful, you know, male or female. But what I was sharing with the law of attraction is the world's your oyster, is the message from Mother Gaia. The world is your oyster, and part of the reason why she wants you to connect to your inner child, hear them birds? Part of the reason why she wants you to connect to your inner child is because when, like I said, when we think of children, they see the abundance of everything. You know what I mean? So it's kind of like she's saying to get back to that inner child so you can shoot for the stars, so that when you are drawing in new timelines and new pathways, you really are shooting for the highest star, you know? She's showing me a bow and arrow, and she's like, aim for the stars. But to do that, we need to have that mindset. You know what I mean? We have to have that inner child mindset of anything is possible. That is something Selena actually said. There's a strong energy of Selena Quintanilla in this reading. Let me know what that's about. Because I've heard her say in a quote, know that the impossible is always possible. And I just heard her say that. Let me know what that's about. We also have trust at the back of the deck. And the reason I'm hearing trust is because some of you guys have been feeling a little bit depleted. Some of you guys have been feeling like, I've done all this work for what? I feel dead, I feel tired, I don't feel good. But we gotta rest, because when I think of shadow work, I think of somebody literally swimming to the bottom of a really murky lake and untying loads of chains that are on their ankles so that they can finally get away from that lake. That's how I like think of it in my brain, right? But can you imagine swimming all the way down and then untying all of those shackles? Can you imagine swimming right back up to the top? Imagine how tired you'd be. You don't want to keep running, you'll fall over, you'll pass out. You don't want to do that. You want to rest at the side of the lake a minute and just kind of like rejuvenate your energy. Maybe have a drink, you know what I mean? Really rejuvenate yourself. And that's the message here, like trust, allow yourself to rest, because the healing process, it's like you do the inner work. It's like you pull the roots up from the ground, but then it's like you've then got to plant new seeds and you've got to nurture those seeds. And that's what it is with the Queen of Pentacles. It's like now you're planting new seeds, you know what I mean? And you're waiting for them to bloom. Just like when you plant any plant, you know, you plant it in the dark. It doesn't look like there's any movement, but there is. And I feel like there's so much change going on around you right now. But there's almost this message from Mother Gaia saying, your spirit guides are taking care of it. You know what I mean? Spirit's with you and they're taking care of all the changes. The pathways are coming into fruition. The only focus you've got to have right now is you and being open to the love and abundance that is being sent to you. You know what I mean? That's the message coming through. So let me pop these here. What other cards shall I use, please? Essential oil. Okay. Pile number one, please. Messages from Mother Gaia, please, for pile number one. Look, literally what we have, celery seed, detoxifies and releases. I love celery juice myself. I drink it in the mornings. That's how I've been like cleansing myself. But that's basically what celery does. It cleanses the body, and that's what you've been going through, a cleanse. You know what I mean? Right now is a time for rejuvenation, because a cleanse isn't just like, oh, we need to rest and sleep. Maybe some of you guys have been feeling very fatigued, but a cleanse is like coming back to source, coming back to you know, your heart space, coming back to your inner child. And that's the message here with celery. Detoxifies and releases. You've done, I hope you guys know that, like, the amount of inner work that I feel a lot of you guys have done, there's been a lot of it. Like, there's really been a lot. And Spirit's saying there's literally no more that you can really do. Don't think that you're going in the wrong direction because maybe you've been feeling very down, although there's nothing more that you can do now other than rest and rejuvenate. You've done everything that you need to do in this moment of your life. You know what I mean? And next it's time for you to receive. The back of the deck we have, I don't know how to say this, I think it's like vetiver. I think that's how you say it. Comforts fears and restores spirits. Look at all that restoration energy, you know? Restore spirits. You're really being called to just nurture right now. And I know if some of you guys like maybe have Virgo placements or like, you know, like Aries placements, like wanting to be like, go. And I get that it can be very frustrating. But like I always say with the plants, you know what I mean? There's a winter and there's a summer. And the plants kind of, you know what I mean? They kind of fall away, their leaves fall away in the winter, but then the spring comes and they shine again. And I feel like you've been going through a bit of a winter. Spring is coming. Pile number 1, that one just jumped out. Honeysuckle. Domestic happiness and devoted affection. I will win thee in my arms, so doth the woodbine, the honeysuckle, gentle and twist. I hope I pronounced all of that correctly. Devoted affection. I really do feel like you're gonna, with the birds here, like I feel like you're going to be drawing in some very beautiful connections in this new phase of your life. They're really pouring to you. I don't feel like you've had a lot of that in your life, pile 1. I don't feel like you've had a lot of people that have poured into you. I feel like you've had a lot of people that have taken from you, and I feel like it's a wound that was stemmed from childhood. It feels like a parent. It would have been either a mother or a father. It feels like a parent. Or even just like a caretaker, you know what I mean? Someone that would have taken from you a lot. So you just naturally felt like, okay, I've got to give, almost to the sense of self-sacrifice, I'm being told. And that's what you've been unlearning and, you know, releasing. The back of the deck, we have Primrose, youthful love. If I had a single flower for every time I think of you, I could walk forever in my garden. Oh, that was really, that just warmed my heart. I just see, do you know what, these like little messages are almost like little love letters to you in a way. And I just feel like it's not just, I feel like it's your higher self. Maybe you should write some like love letters to you, or like letters to your inner child, not in a sad way, because I feel like you've done a lot of like work like that where you've had to deal with those emotions, but like what love would your inner child have wanted to hear? Or what love would your like 16-year-old self in a relationship or your 21-year-old self in a relationship wanted to have heard? And write a note to that version of you and say it, not in this sad way, not in this like angry way or like you deserve better or anything like that. It's coming in a very peaceful, loving way. You know what I mean? That's a way you can pull back into yourself. Kind of writing a love letter, or even writing a love song to yourself. I'm making a playlist of love songs for yourself. You know what I mean? Because they're telling me that would be very healing for you, like rejuvenating for you. Pile 1. I'll take that as confirmation, that loud little bike. So one more card. We're going to do the yogic path, and then I'm going to read a passage for the end of the reading. So pile number 1. Messages for pile number 1, please, Spirit Guides. Messages from Mother Gaia to pile number 1. Messages from Mother Gaia. You have very open crown chakras, pile 1. Very open crown chakras. I could feel it. And I'm smelling lilac, like lavender. I'm smelling it. So maybe some of you guys are burning it, or they're calling for you to burn it. And maybe you have some like lavender pouches. You can get some on Etsy. It's quite easy to grow them. I grow my own lavender out the back. But you can buy like pouches and stuff like that if you need to on like Etsy, that a lot of witches like sell on Etsy if you want to get some of that. But the card we have is Ganesha. Right here. And I'm going to read the passage for you. Okay, so the message from Ganesha is, you are at the beginning of a new venture that is going to bring you great joy and success. Ganesha has been removing the roadblocks placed before you, granting you a smooth transition into this very moment. These roadblocks do not exist outside of you, however. I hope I say this next word correctly, guys. I hope I pronounce it correctly. They are the Vritis Fluctuations of the mind represented by his vehicle, the mouse. When you calm your wavering mind, you are able to overcome any obstacle. Ganesha will continue to bring you good luck, success, and harmony with the sweets of Ananda, the awareness of your true consciousness as bliss. I love at the beginning of this pile number 1, it literally says you are at the beginning of a new venture that is going to bring you great joy and success. Literally. And I'm almost being shown somebody like shipwrecked onto like a new beach. Like I see somebody like going through like a stormy kind of like weather in a beach, and then I'm almost being shown like the tide kind of like gently kind of like rolling them then onto this new beach. No footprints or anything, it's just this brand new beach full of like abundance of fruit and foods and new people there and things like that. Some of you guys may even be traveling or thinking of moving somewhere, but that is literally what I'm being shown from Mother Gaia. Like I'm really picking that up. You guys are going through a transition. You are being called to give to yourself and tap into that inner child right now, not just to open up your mind and see things through the eyes of a child so that things can flow in easier, but also just to give to yourself and be in that energy of receiving. Because sometimes when we think of giving to ourselves, we then go into that giving mode again. Do you know what I mean? And it's like we almost think of ourselves as separate. It's like, I've got to do this for myself, I've got to do that. But there's such a gentle energy Mother Gaia is calling you to do, of kind of like laying back and opening your heart and just opening up to the loving energy of your spirit guides. You know what I mean? And opening up to the loving energy of the people around you, or just opening up to, you know, your own healing energy and the energy of the universe and the abundance of Gaia, and being in that energy of receiving. It's what's bringing you to this new path. Some of you guys may work with Ganesha as well, I'm being told. But yeah, that is the message that Mother Gaia has for you guys. Pile number 1, I really hope that you enjoyed. Hit the thumbs up and comment down below if you did. I will be doing a part 2 to this reading, but it's going to be me just basically on screen sending messages collectively from Mother Gaia, and just whatever she wants to talk about, I'm going to be basically doing. I've kind of got a little bit of an inkling of what it's going to be spoken about in the video, but stay tuned for that and hit the notification bell if you are interested in watching that. I hope you guys have a beautiful morning, afternoon, evening, whenever you are watching, and hopefully I will see you guys in my next video. So thank you guys for watching. Hey pal 2, welcome to your reading. So if you guys chose the shell, then this is your reading. So I'm going to pop this up by here and we are going to get straight in, and I'm basically going to be tapping in with Mother Gaia and seeing what messages she has for you guys today. So pile number 2, please, spirit guides, pile number 2, Mother Gaia, what are the messages and guidance for pile number 2? Okay, there's always a pile where I pick up water. Like there is literally always a pile where the collective of you guys, whether it's just like the collective of your higher selves, like your starseed home, has a lot of water and you embody that, or whether you just have a lot of water in your natal chart, or you're very connected to your sacral chakra, but there's just always this energy I pick up from one pile, and it's the same pile and it's water. But it's not just a case of I'm feeling immersed in it right now. I'm almost being taken to, I can feel it on my tongue. I feel like I'm drinking water. I'm literally being shown like waterfalls and lakes and things like that. So I feel like that's a connection that you guys have with Mother Gaia. I feel like that's how you connect with her. I want to get into that because, okay, I'm being told that there's a strong message coming through for you to literally work with water. Like I keep hearing water manifestations, water spells, water cleansing, like, you know, water in your healing practices, just water. And I want to get into it deeper, but I almost feel like none of the cards are going to do it justice. So I'm just going to lay 2 cards and we'll just see what comes through, because it just feels like I'm going to be downloading what she wants to say. But let me just pull 2 cards. So Mother Gaia, what is the message for pile number 2? Just see if the cards can give me any sort of like verbalization, because I'm energetically being shown something, but it's hard for me to put it into words. So let's see if the tarot cards can help me do that. Pile number 2, please, spirit guides. Pile number 2, Mother Gaia, what is the message for pile number 2? Okay, we have the Ace of Pentacles. I just shared Akashic Records. What's going on here? Pile number 2, what is the message from pile? Wow, oh my god, okay. So we have the Ace. She's saying something prominent here, pal, too. I think you may work with her, too. Ace of Pentacles, Ace of Swords. Yeah, I really do feel like you work with her. Queen of Pentacles at the back of the deck as well. Okay, straight up, I feel like a lot of you guys may resonate as Mintaka and Starseed. I am being taken to the Pleiades as well. You literally picked the shell as well. I'm literally now realizing you chose the shell. Okay, so what is the message? Okay, so she's taking me to the Akashic Records, and she's saying that, she's saying this is the spiritual pile. Some of you guys, whether you refer to yourselves as witches or practitioners of magic, she's letting me know that you work with Gaia, whether that's with crystals or, again, water or plants, or even if you don't work with them in this particular lifetime, you've worked with them in other lifetimes as well. You've spent many lifetimes as shamans. You've spent many lifetimes as quote-unquote witches. You spent a lot of lifetimes as, I just shared practitioners of the earth. That's what she kind of referred it to. Like, I feel like you've had a lot of lifetimes, like, studying earth. Like, herbology and things like that. I was going to say astrology, but she's, like, specifically taken me to the earth. Sea creatures, especially the sea, like, sea creatures. Again, I'm being taken to my dolphins here. I'm being taken to whales. I'm being taken to starfish. There's so much I'm being shown. Some of you guys may even work with, like, the fae, tree nymphs and things like that. I'm really being taken there as well. And what I'm being told is you have such a sacred connection to Gaia that she's calling you to tap into, that you've built upon in other lifetimes. And you don't need to go out and go searching for it. I feel like maybe some of you guys are, you know, like people say, oh, I'm a baby witch, like I've just got into witchcraft, or I'm new to spirituality or something like that. It could be that some of you guys are new to spirituality or new to a certain practice, and there's almost this beginner's mind of, oh, I don't know whether I'm good at this, or I don't know whether I am as good as other people at this. And she's referencing, like, you're a master at this. You've done this in many lifetimes. That's what she's saying with this Ace of Pentacles. You've done this in many, many, many lifetimes. And I feel like you worked, especially with water. There's something about water and you being able to use it to tap into past life memories or gifts that had been dormant, helping them activate through water. You may get, like, a lot of downloads as well in their bath. The reason I stopped then, I was kind of being shown, like, a full circle of, there was always a pile I was picking up that was showing me strong water, and it's almost like this reading is me finally realizing why. That's why I feel like it's kind of like coming to completion. But they're showing me, like, you laying in the bath or being in the shower or being swimming in a lake or the sea and getting downloads from Mother Gaia herself. Like, I'm literally being shown that. And I feel like you connect to her very easy, but there's this energy of don't go out looking for answers of anything, because the answers are already within you. I'm not saying don't research what you're doing, but I just feel like, and this is a message coming through, there can be a lot of misinformation, or a lot of people will say what something means to them, but we're all living life through a different set of eyes, and we've all had multiple incarnations. So what herb may work good for someone for something may work differently for you, or what practice may work good for someone, it may work differently for you. And there's this energy to really follow your heart and your soul. They're almost telling, okay, I don't know whether you guys scry, but what scrying is, it's when you look into either a mirror or like maybe like a black obsidian mirror, like a black mirror like that, or a crystal ball, or you can get like a bowl of water, and this really helps strengthen psychic abilities. I do it quite often. I like to do it on like a full moon and stuff. And basically you can either put like a towel over your head to really just focus on the water, or you can just sit in like a dim lighted room or something like that, and you just stare into the water and you just allow any visions to come through. And there's a message for you guys to do that with water, whether you get a bucket of water, whether you guys get a cup of water, or you know, just like a bowl, or again, like just they even show me like a vase, and just staring into the water and then visions coming through, because there's something about your gifts or something that you're going to find. And she's not letting me like imprint on you, because she's saying you're meant to find it, but there's something about like whether just being in the water or just staring into a glass of water, you going into like a deep meditative state and visions coming through and unlocking a particular gift. Because I feel like you guys are I'm being told that you guys have the same gift as me where you channel. And I'm being told that that's something that is going to start breaking. Where you're just sitting there and you'll get energies downloaded, and they're almost telling me the way you get there is through water, almost as if your home planet or your soul, where it originates from, there's a embodiment of water. So it's kind of like a direct line. I hope this is making sense. If it's not making sense for you, it's just not your pile, because Mother Gaia is saying, like, this is going to make sense. This is going to make sense for the people it needs to, but you're going to understand because there's just this affiliation with water. And that's the answer why. And she's letting me know this is why you kept seeing water when you were tapping into their energies. This is why. And with the Ace of Swords, it's like, show me the sword and the stone. You know what I mean? Like that guy, what was his name? And he pulled a sword out of the stone. It didn't work for anybody, then it worked for him. There's just an energy about that. Like, all of your gifts, all of your answers, they're all within you. And the way that you answer a lot of life's mysteries, the way that you answer a lot of your questions, when you feel like, what do I do next? Where do I go? Or I feel stuck, or I feel low, head to water. Whether that's a lake, the ocean, your bath, get in a cup of water and just like channeling through it. I feel like you'll get a lot of answers, and that will help you connect to spirit. I'm being told, help you connect to Mother Gaia herself. Yeah. Wow, okay. Do you know what she's showing me as well? It's only rising for people that have watched Harry Potter, but in the fourth movie, he gets given this egg, and it gives a clue to the next kind of like challenges that he has to go through. Harry, I think I said his name, I don't know. So Harry gets given this egg, and when you open it, it lets out this like loud squeal. So you can't even like listen to it because it's like this really loud squeal. And then what's his name? Cedric tells him to go underwater and listen to it. So he goes into the bath and he opens the egg underwater. And as he opens the egg underwater, there's like mermaid, like siren voices, and they sing to him the next kind of hint at what the next challenge is, you know? So it's almost like, even if you just like lay and I wouldn't say lay underwater and meditate, that's actually, don't do that, please don't do that, but like, there's just something about listening to water, and there's just noises coming through the water, or just when you're in the shower, listen to the water hitting the shower, and just like listen out for anything that comes through, whether it's clairaudiently or whether it's just messages coming through, because I feel like the answer to a lot of your prayers or problems can come through water, or just guidance can come through water, I'm being told, and it will lead the way. I'm literally being told it will lead the way. So let's pull some more cards, because that was beautiful. Let me pull, what card shall I do next? Okay, I'll do the same format as pile one. So pile, I just love that you picked the shell as well. I love that. And if this is your first time to my channel, I bet the next couple of picker cards that you watch, I will say I'm feeling water for some reason, because honestly, there's always a pile where I'm like, water. I always pick it up. Pile two, maybe get some ocean jasper. That's a crystal I got because it reminds me of the sea, and it's meant to have the same vibration as the water. So I will say ocean jasper. I was just looking at my crystals to recommend you any, and I just really feel drawn to sage ocean jasper and clear quartz as well. Pile number two, please. Messages from Mother Gaia. Okay, we have the manatee. It's time to let go and move on. What is holding you back? Okay, so maybe some of you guys have been looking for guidance in a particular area of your life right now, and that's why she was referencing all this water energy to say the answers are within you, and to clear your mind and to get to water. Because she as well, I feel like you embody it anyway, but there's this energy. I feel like you embody the energy of water and allow yourself to flow, but there is like a fixed element to you, in the sense that I feel like sometimes you kind of hold on to the past. And the thing about water is water carries memories. And you guys may have like a lot of Cancer. I'm specifically saying Cancer. I love how I said Pacific, and that's an ocean. I'm specifically saying Cancer, and you could be Pisces, Scorpio as well. But the reason I'm saying that is because when we think of like Cancer energy as well, we think of the past, and water holds energies. It holds memories. It holds energies of the past. So I feel like maybe you guys do have a lot of water within you, and I feel like maybe you think to the past a lot, and it's hard for you to let go. You know what I mean? Let go of certain situations, certain phases, or certain parts of yourself, or feeling bittersweet of letting go of people that you saw the potential in, but you had to move on because they weren't choosing to elevate. There's an energy of that. And Mother Gaia was just saying, let it be and let it flow. Everything that's for you is going to come to you, just like the tides. You know what I mean? They go in and out, they just flow. And we don't fret when the tide goes out, because we know it's going to come back in. You know what I mean? When it's supposed to. And that's the message from Mother Gaia there. The back of the deck was Heat Wave. Follow your passion, what ignites your soul. I'm hearing all of the ocean like metaphors. I'm hearing Dory from Nemo when she's like, just keep swimming, just keep swimming. I literally just heard that. So there's just this energy coming through to just keep swimming, keep moving, follow your heart, move forward. And if you're having trouble tapping into your heart or having trouble tapping into where you're, you know, where you want to move to next, the straightforward message is get to water. You know what I mean? Ask the water. Ask the water. Wow, okay. Next card, let's pull the I can't remember the name of this deck. Green Witch Oracle, that's the name of this deck. Pile number 1. You're not pile number 1, pile number 2. Messages from Mother Gaia for pile number 2. Wow, we literally have strength, but on the card we have the sword, and I was saying about the sword and the stone because of the Ace of Swords, and we have it here. Wow. And now I'm hearing the Janae Aiko song, Lead the Way, and she sings, oh my god, I just heard it, now it's gone. Spirit, what was the, there's, what is the words? There's an energy in the water. There is magic deep in our hearts. There's a legacy that we honor when we bring the light to the dark. That's it. That's it. That's it. There's an energy in the water. I just heard that. Okay. I keep hearing follow the voice of your soul. And to get closer to source and get closer to your higher self, head to the water. I feel like I'm talking in riddles to you, but I'm being told it's going to hit where it needs to. They keep referencing you as Sword and the Stone. I don't know whether you watched that as a kid or something like that. They keep referencing it. And you know what it's reminding me as well? You must watch Harry Potter as well, because this is like the 3rd time I think I've referenced it now. When any of the Gryffindor people, they need help, the Sword of Gryffindor like appears to help whoever like needs that aid. They keep referencing that as well, but they're almost saying the sword being water. You know what I mean? Yeah, okay. And the back of the deck, we have leadership. Yeah, okay. The thing is about you, pile number 2, I feel like you are leaders, and I feel like you have so much wisdom from past lives, but I almost just feel like whatever it is that you're wanting to step into, which to be honest with you, a lot of you guys, I do feel like it's spirituality or something in, you know, the spiritual realm, something like that. I feel like you may be starting something from the beginning and then feeling like, oh, I don't have what it takes, or I'm not as equipped, but your soul is very equipped, and they keep referencing that with the sword, like it's your sword. You are equipped to do this, and the way that you tap into that wisdom, the way that you tap into that strength that you had in those past lives is through water and connecting to your higher self through water, whether it's scrying with water, or whether it's just going out to the ocean. And I keep being shown somebody, like, whether you do this or whether they're calling you to do this, like sitting on the rocks by like the ocean, or if you are by a lake or anything like that, even if you're just watching water come through the shower and speaking to the water. You know what I mean? Speaking to the water and allowing those questions and asking for those answers and allowing that out. And I just feel like, again, they're showing me you like getting the answers then downloaded into you through the water, like asking the question to the water and having it downloaded, or any fears, giving them to the water to transmute. Wow, okay. Because like leadership, I really do feel like you're here to lead, because I feel like you led people in a past life. That's what I'm being told. So let's pull the Essential Oil Oracle card. Pile number 2, please, Spirit Guides. Message from Mother Gaia for pile number 2. I've been really, I have to tell you this, I've been really being called to like rest and rejuvenate, because I've been feeling very burnt out. And whenever I do a reading like this, and I get really excited when I'm relaying these messages, and I'm excited and I'm like, oh, I need to do like 5 other pick of cards. And I was just thinking in my head, like, I want to do another one tomorrow. And Mother Gaia was like, oh, chill out. Like you've got to rest too. Like you've got to rest. Because when I was tapping into her, for you guys' reading, and we decided on 3 pick a card, she was like, we'll do 1, we'll do 2, we'll do 3, and then I'll work with you after it. You know what I mean? Like, we'll cleanse and we'll work with you after it. Like, she's not stepping away. She's making sure I'm chilling out and giving to myself, because I forget to do that sometimes. I get very excited doing this work and I want to give, you know. The next card we have is lemongrass. Alleviates and regenerates. Lemongrass. Okay. So maybe some of you guys, I'm being called for some of you guys to burn lemongrass, but she's almost like referencing, again, the regeneration. She's referencing it to like water regenerating you. Whenever you feel low, whenever you feel stagnant, you know, getting in the bath, getting in the shower and just allowing it to regenerate you. And maybe drop some lemongrass into your bath or into your shower, you know what I mean? Yeah, I'm really being told that. I feel like that would really help you, would help rejuvenate you. Because what I like to do when I go in the bath, I like lemons. I cut lemons up and I put them in the bath with me to help me like rejuvenate. And again, like I was saying, you guys work with herbs very well because you did it in a past life. It's not just water, it's crystals and it's herbs and it's everything. And I'm being told that when you speak, you know what I mean? When you speak to them, like, when you're chopping the lemons, maybe putting them in your bath or something like that, chop them up and saying, please uplift my energies, please, you know, cleanse my energies, uplift me, relieve me of anything that is holding me back, you know what I mean, rejuvenate me. And say that as you're cutting them. Maybe put your hand over them like this and you know, send that energy. And then when you put them in the bath, you'll really feel a difference. I do anyway when I step in, because I speak to everything before it goes in, and then I lay there and I could just feel a difference. So there's a reference of that I'm being told to say. Or maybe just pouring lemongrass essential oil into your baths can help. Pile number 2, messages from Mother Gaia for pile number 2. This took such a different turn than what I thought it was going to, in a very beautiful way. We have the Corybosis. I hope I pronounced that correctly. Always joyful. Write it on your heart that every day is the best day of the year. On a soul level, I really do feel like you are such a... I just shared vibrant light. That wasn't even my words, but I think that's a beautiful way of putting it. You guys are such a vibrant light. Such a vibrant light. And I feel like in this world, it can be so heavy and it can be so fast and very tiring. And always remember, is the message from Mother Gaia, to come back to source, to come back to that water element, because it feels like home to you. It's what's in your heart, you know. Always remember to come back to that, because sometimes I feel, you know, I'm being shown that they're making me feel like when I was in my old work, I would go in and I worked in a very busy environment, and I swear to God, I'd come away from there, I'd forget who I was. Like, my head was just banging. There were so many thoughts racing, half of them weren't even mine, you know. And I feel like that happens to you a lot, and I'm really being told to like come back to the water. Always come back to the water. The back of the deck is Iris, rainbows and messages. When it rains, look for rainbows, and when it's dark, look for stars. That was just a little message there. I'm going to pull the Yogic Path card now to finalize the reading. And I'm going to read the message from the book, if that's okay. So pile number 2, please. Message from Mother Gaia, please, for pile number 2. Spirit guides, message from Mother Gaia for pile number 2. Okay, so we have Sattva. I'm going to read the passage from the book. I do that with these cards because I just love the passages, and I just feel like there's so much like wisdom in the cards that I just have to read them from the book. Okay, so the message is, you have let go of the things that were holding you back and are reaching deeper levels of clarity. Maybe you've cleaned up your diet, home, self-care products, relationships, thought patterns, career goals, or life outlook, and are now experiencing the joys that come with purity, Sattva. The space you have created is allowing greater gifts that are more aligned with your truth to present themselves. Continue on this path towards clarity by shedding all that is no longer serving you. When your body becomes pure, your thoughts and life will reflect that. Bring Sattva purity into all that you do, and your path will continue to become more clear. So what were we talking about? About you guys maybe holding on to something from the past, or just thinking back to the past, and what the guy was telling you to like flow, you know what I mean? Flow, let the water rejuvenate you, let the water take you to this new destination and to this new path. And that is very much the message of this card, because with the eye up here, I'm really being told like your soul, your higher self, it knows the way. And anytime that, again, they're taking me to like psychic foresight. I feel like some of you guys have that, or a lot of you guys have that, when you can see timelines in front of you, or of where you need to go. You can almost just see and taste a timeline in which you can reach, or you just have visions of it. And I'm really being taken to you, again, being by water and seeing that. Or when you're in water, you see it more clearer. So there's a message of like, if you're feeling a little bit uncertain of where you're going, maybe you're holding on to something from the past because it's comfortable, or thinking back to the past because it's what you know, before you take that leap to this new journey. To really see where you're going, get to water, allow all the worries to fall away, and you'll be able to see that path more clearer, is the message of that card. So that's what I have for you, pal number 2, and I'm really grateful and excited that we just kind of came to a conclusion of what all that water energy was. That's really made me smile. So that's what I have for you, and I really hope that this resonated and this gave you some insight and some guidance. Hit the thumbs up and comment down below if you enjoyed. Like I said, I'm going to be doing a part 2 to this reading. It's not going to be a pick a card, but it's just going to be a collective message from the Gaia. So if you guys are interested in that, hit the notification bell, because I should have that up by the end of the week, hopefully. I'm sending you guys all of my love. I hope you have a beautiful morning, afternoon, evening, whenever you're watching. And hopefully I will see you guys in my next video. So thank you guys for watching. Hey pal 3, welcome to your reading. So if you guys chose the yellow phantom quartz, then this is your reading, and we are taking a look at what messages Mother Gaia has for you today. I'm going to pop this crystal over here, and I'm going to get straight in with the cards. I'll be starting with tarot, and then we'll move into the oracle cards, and I'm going to be more so channeling than anything. But the first message that's coming up from Mother Gaia, and it's the first time she's mentioned this, but she's saying to have more colorful foods on your plate. For that, I don't mean like foods with food coloring, you know what I mean, red hot Cheetos. I don't mean that. I mean like red strawberries, you know what I mean, like foods that really nurture you and heal you. There's something about eating more fruit and veg, and having more fruit and veg on your plate, having a more colorful plate, in a more healthy way, is a message that just came through. It's more like a subtle thing coming through, but that was just the first strong message that came through from my pile 3s. And paying attention to what makes your body feel good and what doesn't make your body feel good. So when you're eating something, how do you feel after it? You know what I mean? No matter what it is, how are you feeling after it? And paying attention to that, and how your body is responding to things that you're putting in your body. And I'm being told to say this isn't just food. Paying attention to what's putting in your body. I'm talking about maybe like face creams, or things that you're putting on your body, or people that you are being around. Pay attention to how you feel after you put things in your body, or on your body, or you're around people, because I'm being told that you, my pile number 3s, are actually quite empathic and quite clairsentient. And I feel that you can sometimes be sensitive to foods, or you can be sensitive to certain things that you put on your body. Like I'm almost being shown somebody putting on a cream, and then their face starting to like really like burn or something like that, and it's out of just your body being like very sensitive, or your energy's just being very sensitive. So for you guys especially, she's really letting me say, like, make sure that you are feeding your body the right foods, or putting the right things in your body, and pay attention. Were you feeling good, and then you put something on, or you put a specific color on, or you ate a certain food, and then all of a sudden you just felt like you wanted to sleep for 100 days. There's something about paying attention to that, pile 3. Not in a bad way, not in a bad way at all, but obviously, you want to be feeling like rejuvenated, and you want to be feeling cleansed, and you want to be feeling ready to go, not feeling like you're being held back because you have no energy in your body. So definitely pay attention to that, is the first strong message that came through. Pile number 3, I'm being told to, like, berries. I don't know whether you guys like berries, but I keep being referenced berries. So, like, strawberries, blueberries, blackberries. And she keeps referencing, like, not berry flavor, actual berries. So, I don't know whether, like, instead of having fruit sometimes, Not instead of, but I feel like maybe you have a lot of fruit flavored things. And because there's almost like a reference that some of you guys may find funny of like, not fruit flavored, actual fruit. I keep hearing that for someone. It's going to be a joke for someone. Pile number 3, please. Mother Gaia, what guidance do you have for pile number 3? What guidance do you have for pile number 3? Okay, so we have the 5 of Cups. What guidance do you have for pile? And we have the 3 of Swords. Okay. On the back of the deck, we have the 10 of Swords. Do not be alarmed. Do not be alarmed. I'm already getting the message. The message from Mother Gaia is, the first thing she was saying as I was shuffling was, you are not a machine. You are a sacred being. You are not here to, whether it's like put your body through it or put your energy through it, push yourselves into, you know, working a lot to forget about something, or maybe just pushing yourselves to give to other people, or pushing yourselves in your job, but then not really receiving much back. There is a strong energy of that coming through. And Mother Gaia is saying, you are a sacred being. You deserve the energy that you put out right back. And you deserve rest, and you deserve love, and you deserve nurturing, is the message from Mother Gaia here. Because with this 5 of Cups right here, and the 3 of Swords, especially with the 3 of Cups here, I don't know whether you've extended your heart or given your love to somebody recently, or maybe it was in the past, or maybe it was more than one person, and you've really done a lot for them. Because like I said, I feel like you have a very beautiful heart, you're very empathic. I feel like you really see people and their potential, and I feel like you give because you see the potential in them. And Mother Gaia wants you to see that potential in you, because I almost feel like you've handed cups to people, or you've handed your love to people and they haven't taken it, and you're just looking at these cups then spill over, and I feel like that's really hurt or upset you. Or maybe you've just given to like jobs, or given to friends or family members, and it's just like you're always giving, but then it just feels like people are just taking, and then you get left in this 5 of Cups energy hurt. You know what I mean? It's an imbalance then. And Mother Gaia's message, this may trigger some of you guys, but this is a message I have to get through. You are a sacred being. Like, you are, your body is a temple, and your soul, like your soul is so sacred. You should not have to beg for love or have to push yourself to get any sort of abundance back. There should always be an equal give and take. And you know, like I was saying about, you know, in the more minor sense of foods and people you're around or things you're putting in your body, if it's not given to you and helping fuel you up, maybe take a look at your approach to that, or maybe switch it up. There is an energy here. If somebody isn't seeing the sacredness that you are, that is not for you to then prove that you are that to somebody else, because the only person that gets to say who you are or rate who you are is you. You know what I mean? And there's this energy from Mother Gaia for you to look in the mirror and see the sacredness and the beauty that you are, and know that you are deserving of love, and you are deserving of abundance, and not having to kind of bend over backwards or push or give to people and not have it back. You deserve to have that back. You deserve to have a reciprocated love. You deserve to feel abundant and have this beautiful balance, is the message from Mother Gaia here. And I just feel like a lot of the times you give so much because you have so much love to give, but then you end up feeling like this 10 of Swords with this 3 of Swords, because it's just like people aren't doing that back for you. And there's a message from Mother Gaia saying now is time to really pour that into you. You know what I mean? You have these 2 cups standing, pour them into you. Love you. See the sacred beauty within yourself. You know what I mean? I just keep hearing self-love, 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 self-love. If somebody doesn't see that in you, it doesn't mean that it's not in you. It's just because that person doesn't see it in themselves. You know, because when we don't recognize ourselves like that, and we don't recognize that love within ourselves, it's hard for us sometimes to see that within other people. And I'm being told that that light you're searching for, that love you're searching for, it's within you. You know what I mean? It's already within you. And some people can sometimes get triggered by that, because it's like, yes, but I deserve love though. Like I deserve love. Yeah, it's in me, but I want to give it to somebody else. And that's true. You will give that to somebody else. You know what I mean? I personally believe there's someone out there for everyone, whether it's just like multiple soulmates or one specific person. I'm not saying to not give your love to everybody else and only give it to you, but I'm saying there has to be a balance. There has to be an equal give and take. And right now, Mother Gaia is calling you to pour that into yourself. Because when you pour that into yourself and you send that love within you, and you see that sacredness within you, you are then able to understand healthy boundaries and be like, you know what, I can give to you, but I need to make sure that you're reciprocating to me. Or, you know, I'm on a pedestal, you can create your own pedestal and come and sit next to me, and maybe then we can have a conversation, but I'm not coming down off this pedestal. Because like I said about you guys being empathic, you see the light in everybody, and it's that beautiful light that we all have within us. But some people just, in this lifetime, or maybe in just this phase, they don't choose to nurture that within themselves and live up to that potential. You know what I mean? And when we're waiting for somebody to live up to it, or we're waiting for somebody to turn around and give us that love, then it's like we're waiting and we're waiting, but we're kind of holding ourselves back then. You know what I mean? From ascending. And there's a message from Mother Gaia to pour into you and just allow what is falling away to just fall away, because what's for you is always going to be for you, and to honor you and realize how sacred your energy is. And then if somebody is not treating it fairly, if somebody is not treating it with the love and tender care that it deserves, then it's time to maybe step away or pull the energy back a little bit. I saw this TikTok that was shared on Twitter, and it was this girl, and she was talking about, I think it was something like hookup culture. She was talking about something like that. And she was showing her baby pictures, and she was like, am I okay with someone? And she was showing, you know, she had her baby pictures up, and she was like, am I okay with somebody treating this little girl, you know, this little version of me, this little girl, like half-assed? Am I okay with somebody treating this little girl as, you know, not worthy? And I'm not okay with that, and that is me, so I'm not going to let anyone do that to me. And it was a beautiful post. I don't know the name of it, I just saw it quickly and then my page refreshed, but there's a reference there. You know what I mean? To just really, really give that love to you and not allow anyone to not only treat you as second best, but to take advantage of your light or try to stamp out your light or anything like that, because no one can determine who you are, only you. You are this beautiful, beautiful energy of just like cosmic love. Like, that's what I'm being told to say. And you don't need to wait for anyone to give that to you. You already are it. You know what I mean? So that was the message. I'm going to pull oracle cards and get deeper. So let me just pop these here. Okay, let's get these. Pile number 3, please. What is the message from Mother Gaia for pile number 3? What is the message from Mother Gaia for pile number 3? The impossible is possible. The green flash. Okay. Okay. If you guys have already been on a self-love journey, it's not that you're doing anything wrong like that at all. A self-love journey is not an A to B. It's not just a case of, oh, self-love, okay, now I'm healed and let's move forward. The self-love journey, believe me, I'm still on it. It's a layered kind of pathway that you go down, and there's so many twists and turns on that journey. You know what I mean? And I just feel like with the impossible is possible. I'm being told that maybe some of you guys are feeling like, is there someone really out there for me? Is there love really out there for me? Is there really someone that's going to give the love to me that I give out? And the answer is yes. But when we do that inner work and we love who we are and we love ourselves and we keep nurturing ourselves, there's no like stop, and we continue to do that. When we transform and we say no to these experiences that have been hurting us and have been, you know, causing us pain, we then elevate and we come into a timeline with someone that has maybe gone through the same experiences as ourselves and healed themselves and done that work on themselves, or learned to love themselves too. And we're vibrating at that energy, and then they come in. But there's almost an energy with this 3 of Swords and this 10 of Swords of either a connection, and it doesn't just have to be a connection, it can be a situation that has been maybe going on in circles of you giving your beautiful love and then somebody just taking, you know what I mean? And it's more so boundaries is the message coming up here. There is love for you, but there's just this message of boundaries, and there's a message coming through from Mother Gaia. What is this situation teaching you? What are you learning through this situation? What is it teaching you, you know? The next, at the back of the deck, we have Moonlight. Pause for a moment. Someone or something is not unveiling their entirety. Okay, and when we think of the moon is something that is hidden. someone or something is not unveiling their entirety. Okay. The message coming through here, again, it's like you seeing the potential in someone or something. Are you wanting, because this is the thing, it doesn't just have to be a relationship or a friendship. It could even be like a family member. You know what I mean? For example, for a long time, I had a very rocky relationship with my mother, and I wanted her to, you know, turn around and finally choose me and love me and make decisions like that for me. And I had to take that connotation off her. I had to just take it off her and stop waiting for that moment that she did that. Realize that she was somebody that, you know, was working on herself, and she had her own demons and things to work through, and stop waiting for her to become what I needed, because if I was waiting for that, I could have been waiting forever. I had to become what I needed for myself and not wait for her to turn around and give that to me, you know? And it's heavy, you know what I mean? It causes this tower moment, but it brings this inner peace when it falls down, because it's like, I bring that to me. No one else can bring that love to me, or no one else can bring that acknowledgement to me. I bring that to me. You know what? It was always me that brought that to me, you know? And it's very healing. And I just feel like there may be still someone in your life that you're either waiting for an apology from. And it doesn't just have to be an apology. It could be like you're still, you know, you still have love for them, and you're wanting them to become the best version of themselves that you see in them. And that's so beautiful. That is so beautiful, but we can't force other people to be what we want them to be. And I know that may be triggering, but that's something that really sets you free. And I'm saying it because it set me free, and I want to do the same for you, and you know what I mean, help you guys. So that is a message coming through from Mother Gaia. Let's pull more cards. Pile number 3, please. Messages from Mother Gaia, pile number 3. Oh wow, we have happiness. I'm hearing the actual Little Mix song. I don't know how it goes, but I know there's a song called Happiness. Oh, what was the chorus? Yeah, they sing, I was searching for happiness. I was using you to fill up my loneliness. I realized from the moment I set you free, I found the love in me. That's the lyrics, if you want to listen to it. But it's called Happiness, by the way. Little Mix, Happiness. But that's what I'm being told. I just feel like the more you pour into you, the more you step away from anything that is draining your energy, or making you feel insecure, or making you feel like you're on edge. You know what I mean? Or you feel like you're a little bit dictated by what somebody else's actions are doing. I feel like that's sometimes when we tend to self-sacrifice a little bit. And I just keep being told for you to pour your love into you. Pour in that love into you. Even if you've been already doing it, it's a process. You know what I mean? We always continue to do that. It doesn't stop. It never stops. Even when we meet someone that's then pouring into us and we're pouring into them, we still gotta love ourselves. You know what I mean? It doesn't stop. Pile number 3. I do feel like you have, because I don't know whether you guys are like Libras, you have a lot of Libra in your chart. Like, I do feel like you guys, there's something about you wanting a relationship, or it doesn't have to be a relationship, it could be in a friendship. It's just like, it's almost like you're yearning for something that feels real, something that you don't have to overcompensate for, something that you don't have to get hurt over, something that's just real and pure and vulnerable and light. And that is yours. That really is yours. But to be in that energy, we have to let go of what was already paining us. And sometimes when we keep giving, or we keep overcompensating for somebody, or waiting for somebody, that can cause us pain and keep us in the same spot, because we're waiting for somebody to turn around and say, you know what, I want to be with you. Or, you know, and that can be very triggering. But the answer is you. You know what I mean? The answer is you. And you take yourself to that next phase where you meet people that are able to give you that reciprocated love, that have done the work that you've done, you know. Pile number 3, because happiness is yours. I'm literally being told by Mother Gaia, happiness is yours. And it doesn't have to be like a surface level, I'm waiting for an apology, or I'm still waiting for this person to come back. Because I don't feel like, maybe some of you guys don't even want a particular person back. It's more so a case of, why am I always giving and then I'm not getting back? And I'm being told it's something that comes from childhood, or stems from childhood, of you giving a lot, maybe to a parent, or feeling like you had to earn love. And that's where the root of it is. And it's like taking that connotation off of maybe a parent stepping up to the plate, or taking that connotation off an old relationship, or someone from your past that would, you know, take from you or maybe abandon you or gaslight you. And it's like taking that off and really like, you know, filling that void with you and yourself. Let me just sort out this camera a sec. Camera's right. I hope it's not on the slant or anything like that. Let's hope not. Pile number 3, please, spirit guides. Pile number 3. What is the message from pile number 3? Okay, these 2 cards literally just flipped out, so I'm going to use them. I wasn't going to use 2, but I'm going to use them. And they are Basil, restores body, mind, and spirit. And we also have Time, promotes forgiveness and offers release. Okay. The message here from Mother Gaia is, all there really is love. And I feel like you tap into the energy of love so beautifully. I feel like you're very connected to the higher realms like that. And I feel like you've gone through a lot as well, in which you've had to see a lot. And I feel like that's why you are so loving. You know what I mean? You see pain or you see hurt, you want to heal that, you want to help people, and you see the light in everybody because you're very connected to that light within you. You are connected to that. And it can hurt you sometimes, like when people don't choose to walk with that light and people don't choose to maybe honor themselves. Like that can hurt. And I feel like I started this thinking maybe this is a connection, but for some of you guys it's not really like a romantic connection. I feel like this may be like a family member or something like that, because there's this energy of forgiving a version of somebody. And if you're not ready to do that, do not force it. I'm not saying go out and forgive somebody that's hurt you unless you are ready to. That is all divine timing. You forgive when you're ready. But there is someone, I'm gonna share this with some of you guys just in case it helps you guys. The way that I helped heal, you know, my relationship with like both of my parents, I didn't have a really good relationship with either of them. The way that I healed my relationship with them was remembering that they were just normal people that went through a lot and saw a lot of pain too, and they were just kind of the human beings too. They were always going to make mistakes, they were always going to do stuff, and yes, okay, a lot of bad stuff happened, but it was like they had a lot of pain in them too. And I had to detach from you and my mom, you and my dad. I had to really detach from that and just look at them as human beings for a second, and what they've been through and what they were taught and what they will learn, and being like, that wasn't fair on me. No, that hurt. Yes, that was painful for me. Yes, and I do deserve more than that. However, I know that I'm probably not going to get what I would really need from you both. However, now that I know that, you know, I'm not going to keep on holding on to you, turning around and giving that to me, I now know what I need to remother myself and refather myself and give that to me now, you know? And that really helped me heal. That really helped me heal the dynamic and situation between the two of them, and move forward. You know what I mean? Just with myself in general. It wasn't for them. I wasn't healing for them. I was healing for myself. I was forgiving them for myself, you know, and seeing it from a higher perspective for me. It was never about them. It was for me, you know? And that's something I wanted to share with you, because I feel like that may really help you letting go of something. Because even if it is a connection maybe you're thinking of, I feel like the root of it is something to do with childhood. But even if it's just a connection, I just feel like going back to that version of you and being like, you know, looking at that person and seeing what they've been through. And I'm not saying that excuses anything, because it doesn't. However, looking at them and being like, you couldn't be what I wanted you to be at that time. However, I know what I needed and I know what I deserved, and I'm going to give that to me. And becoming the best boyfriend or girlfriend to yourself in this moment, so you know and you get what you deserve. You know what I mean? Because like Mother Gaia said, you are a sacred being. And that's the message coming through with these 2 cards. And there's such an abundance of love around you in spirit as well. Such an abundance of love working with you. Pile 3. What next card should I pull? The botanical inspirations. I'm going to do the same layout as pile number 1 and 2, except you've got an extra card here because they wanted to come through together. Pile number 3. What is the message for? Oh, we have Sweet Pea. Does somebody's like great grandmother actually call somebody Sweet Pea? Because I almost hear like a motherly voice say Sweet Pea. Somebody's spirit guides or ancestor says Sweet Pea. But we literally have the card Sweet Pea, and it says, blissful pleasure, follow your bliss and the universe will open doors where there were only walls. Wow. You know, following that light within yourself and following that beautiful wisdom and connection with spirit that I feel that you have, that leads you to your healing and that leads you to then new connections. You know what I mean? Connections that are reciprocated. We have the back of the deck, Nastratium. I hope that makes sense. I hope I said that correctly. Victory and conquest. He who controls others may be powerful, but he who has mastered himself is mightier still. Wow, okay. And there's that energy of like you being the seed and you planting that into the ground and nurturing it and healing it. Mastering self, you know what I mean? Healing from that. Releasing that. I don't want to be part of this pain anymore. I don't want this dynamic in my life anymore. I don't want to be given anymore. I don't want to be upset anymore. And really making sure that you are being gentle with yourself and nurturing you. Being the best mother, father, brother, sister, friend, you know, boyfriend, girlfriend to yourself. Given to you because you are that sacred being, and showing other people how it's done. Showing other people how you are supposed to be treated. You know what I mean? Never settling, because you deserve the world, literally. Pile number 3. I'm going to pull a yogic path card to end the reading, and I'm going to read the little passage in the book, okay? So pile number 3, I feel a very warm hug coming from you, and I feel like it's your spirit guides very much surrounding you, giving you a warm hug. I'm literally being shown somebody sitting in their room on their bed and crying, and then feeling like either an outpour of love or just feeling arms around them. And I'm being told to actually confirm if that was you, that was your spirit guides and your ancestors, particularly a grandmother coming through again, curly hair coming through, and like a crystal. It doesn't have to be a crystal, like it's silver. It is like a brooch or something in the hair, like a clip in the hair or a brooch. I'm being shown 2 different things actually. One person having a brooch and one person having a clip in the hair, and like they're cuddling you, you know. Pile number 3, message from Mother Gaia, please. Okay, we have Dharana. I'm gonna read the passage in the book for you guys now. Okay, bear with me while I find the passage in the book. Okay, so the message for you guys is, it is time to focus your mind on one goal to undergo the transformation that comes from concentration. The birthing process of an idea takes deep commitment to usher it to life. Through single-focused commitment, you will be able to deepen your understanding of your goal and from its core, bringing it to fruition. This is your time to say no to everything that is not related to your Dharma. Practice Dharana and focus on what it is you came to this earth to do. Now, I think it's very safe to say, pile number 3, that what you came to earth to do in whatever way that you feel is right for you is some sort of healing work, whether that is through music, writing, poetry, counseling, therapy, spiritual services, anything like that. I feel like you were really here to be a guiding light for people, to be a teacher, to be a healer to people in any sort of way. And to do that, we have to make sure that we know our boundaries and we're giving to ourselves first, because then what can happen is we're going around trying to heal and fix and help, but we are sacrificing our own selves. We need to be able to be nurturing ourselves to really shine that light out. Otherwise, we can draw in energy vampires. We can draw in people that just want to take. And some people, you know, and it's hard to understand this sometimes when you're an empath, because it took me a long time to really understand this myself. Like, some people literally don't want to heal. Some people don't want to move from the pathway that they're at for whatever reason. And it's not our job to try and elevate them out of that, because they literally don't want to. You know what I mean? They don't want to. They just, for whatever reason, they resist it. And that's just something that happens. But the more you try to give to them, they'll know they're not wanting to budge, but they'll be very happy to take as you try to budge them out of that situation, you know? And all that ends up happening is they're taking off your plate while you're just becoming depleted, trying to lift them out of that pit that they've just decided to sit in, you know? And everybody is capable of working on themselves and elevating. Everybody is capable of doing that. But some people just choose not to do that work and instead would rather just like take, you know. And that's why us as light workers and us that want to heal and help and guide, we have to really make sure that we are discerning, we have boundaries, and we're pouring that into ourselves first, because only when we pour into ourselves do we know boundaries and we know what's going to take too much of our energies, or we're able to discern people, you know what I mean? And it doesn't mean that they're bad people, it just means that there isn't an equal balance within themselves, so it's going to cause an unbalance within us, you know. And another message coming through is we cannot really heal other people, we can only heal ourselves and shine a light and teach other people how to do it, you know. And that is the message coming through. Mother Gaia really wants you to focus on you, and realizing that you are this sacred temple is the message coming through, Path 3. Realizing that you are worthy of so much and not settling for anything less than what you deserve. And it's not selfish. I feel like at one point or another you may have been taught that it was selfish, and it's not. It's really not, you know. You deserve so much love, so much abundance and so much happiness, and you have the key to that in your hand, is the message from Mother Gaia. So I really hope that you, I'm not going to say enjoyed this, but I really hope that this helped heal you in any way, helped guide you in any way, helped give you answers in any way that you were wondering about. I hope this was able to bring you any, you know, peace. Hit the thumbs up if it did resonate for you, and comment down below. I will be doing a part 2 to this reading. It's not going to be a pick a card, but it's going to be a guidance message from Mother Gaia herself, like a collective message. So if you guys are interested in that, hit the notification bell. I'll be doing that by the end of the week. I hope you have a beautiful morning, afternoon, evening, whenever you're watching, and I'm sending you guys so much love, and hopefully I'll see you guys in my next video. So thank you guys for watching.